Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. I'm Jan, and this is my co-host. Again, I would like us to take a moment to acknowledge something we are sharing in this room. In architecture school, most of us are really looking forward to this particular milestone, our thesis. This is the thing that will bring years of learning, long nights, and repeated revisions to recreate that particular project that really tells about us.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, we often tell ourselves that once the thesis is over, things will become clear, that we will finish, finally know what will come next. But in reality, when we get really closer, the clarity doesn't come yet right now. Instead, we are left with a big question.
So the question is, what do we do after this? Right? Do we keep studying and keep exploring architecture through further education?
Or instead, should we step into real architectural world, where ideas meet real constraint and different responsibility? Actually, both can matter, but both come with different challenges and different responsibility.
That's why today's session matters.
With that, it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's seminar Carnival titled Life After Architecture Thesis, Still Educational Work.
Please welcome our special guest, Peter and David.
Thank you. So, welcome club, it's really a pleasure to have you here today, and we're truly excited for this talk section. So I heard that all of you are from the SOAD, so maybe a little bit. When did you guys finish your architecture thesis, and how was it?
First of all, we would like to introduce ourselves. So my name is Sittichai Laotaweesup. You can call me P. We are SoA+D Alumni, 5-7 and 4 years when we first built church.
My name is Thale Kangkhao, so you can call me Thale. So same year, yeah, like had like a break for like 6-7 years point. And so maybe you would like to talk about your experience, your student experience during the time.
So let's begin from the presentation. So since our me and Thale in SOA+D school, there are a lot of activity that we was done together. We have some first side that senior and junior meet together, and there are like kind of we lead to another architecture faculty such as Thomas that we have some connection to kind of do the activity of, especially our architecture faculty we call lucky sport and connection of sport into the faculty, and we therefore playing music, playing rugby champion, and then after that we have our with another university. Experiencing here, basically I'm not sure now. Actually, this year is the subject that students can election the professor. You can select professor that meet with you, okay with you, and going on with you since from first year to the fourth year. We have with professor, and my thesis is I start with architecture dictionary. I think now he has been designed from the school of architecture. My thesis is so then okay. That will be only to the thesis later in the presentation of my part.
So yeah, I think that during the time of the school, there's a lot of things happen, a lot of great energy, a lot of great talk discussions, and so you can see that we have a lot of activity going on during that time. Some of the picture, I really it's a little bit different from now. It's like during the time that my study year is like a lot of students like also, and maybe you guys sometimes trying to buy ourselves. So like the way that we explore, we experiment. I mean, during your university life like that, you just do not just about your work that you experiment, but then the way that you try to figure about your life. You like to design your whole future and what you would like to be, because during that time I'm not sure a lot about myself, or like how am I supposed to go, or where I'm supposed to be, where I belong. I think that it happens wrong, and so during that time I try to working on a lot of stuff that is not just about the school life. But sometimes I go with, in the past I'm not sure that now they have it, but in the past they have like art camp. So me and Wu have a volunteer for going up to into the northern part of Thailand, and working on the building or the construction of the ground zero to finish the construction, painting, all that stuff. So that it's kind of like volunteer stuff for people who like something during that time. So it was a great time, great experience. You become, because architect all the time you just work on drawing stuff like that, but now you go on hands-on experience, working on wood, craft, stuff like that. So it's not the best thing, but you try something else. So you know that how you like and stuff like that.
To say proud of this project has been posted in the website and famous website. Something we have Bangkhunthian and the KMUTT has posted in the year document to promote as this project. So as I would explain more on Saturday, it's not only the construction part, architecture and design part, but it's also in terms of management part. We also have a kitchen, how to manage a kitchen for about 100 of people. We also manage about the budget, about the cost to bring our staff, bring our junior and senior together to go into the campus.
So this was all during your school year?
Yes, it's during our school day. So
this camp is assigned for the first year people, the first year student, second, fourth year student. After
the one that organized is the fourth year. So they're the owner, so they have to manage all the stuff. So fifth year, I think they don't have time for all the have to do thesis and a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things during the time, same as you guys, working on presentation, doing all night stuff, and then, going for your presentation during the morning. It was a great time that day. Serious, but full work energy, a lot of model, physical stuff like that, and a lot of planning, drawing, a lot of things.
it's the same struggle, right?
Yeah, I think it's kind of same struggle that you face. I mean, everyone has to have this stage,
It's kind of the conclude of what's been done from the last batch already. We have been to the Alton University, as I was mentioned. We need to be together as a team and prepare the rugby together. We go to Seattle, go to the drums with another of the university. And yes, and the last thing is the thesis exhibition, and then they should become.
Sounds very memorable. So
I have a lot of stuff.
yes, that's
Grab it.
So firstly, I guess maybe from the beginning, your journey of the application thesis. After that, yeah, people will continue this point as well. So the stage is yours. Yeah, the journey after the thesis.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Let's talk about a little bit of myself, going back a little bit. I graduated, same as you already mentioned, and now I currently work as an architect for the ARC593. If you guys know, they work on a lot of stuff in Thailand and abroad, a lot of major projects in Thailand, and some of them I have been involved with it. And it's a great workplace, a lot of things to do, a lot of people there. And for the background of my education, so after I graduated, I decided to pursue my master's degree at MA Architecture and History of an Environment at the Thale School of Architecture. So this is come to the question that talking about why I'm going to the master degree after architecture thesis. And so let's talk about bring back a little bit backward, like 6-7 years during that time. During the time of the thesis, I mean, I tried to working on a lot of stuff on my thesis, and my thesis project is about a future learning workplace. I trying to talk about. I'm sorry that I don't have detail about the project that much because it's pretty old, and I don't know. I can find. I kind of lost the file somewhere, in my external drive. We don't have the file like Google Drive that much yet during the time, and so during the time I'm talk about a future starting place, after you have been learned, and when you grow up, something like that, and when the technology shifting and the context of the society has been changed, the way that you working has been changed. As you see, nowadays, I think it's really related nowadays that all the AI stuff like that has become not just a trend but mandatory for all the things that you work nowadays. And in the past, I believe that this kind of there's nothing, there's no learning, there's no, subject to learn during the time, and especially for older people, if they are in the middle of midlife and they try to adapt themselves with all this AI and technology stuff like that. How could they do that? So it's my the beginning of my thesis project, and I start to discover about all that future study, about future learning, something like that. So it's a lot of stuff during the time. Sorry, I cannot remember that much, but yeah. But finally, as a wife, that kind of thesis, and but I think that during that time, I still I am a guy with a pretty high expectation to myself, and I'm not really satisfied with things that easily. If you look at my face during that time, honestly, it's just straightforward to you guys that I'm not really happy with myself. The project received the A, so it's good. It's not bad at all for myself. I feel like I still there's a lot of gap to fill within my work and stuff like that. I'm just furious for myself that. And after you graduate, and you kind of lost a little bit, and you don't know what to do. But the things that you do that you want to highlight, how to say it, you like to redo that kind of it again. You want to make some kind of work to make you feel better with yourself. So I decided, maybe I could go for the master degree. So I could do something that more intense, more something that big. And you guys have to know that during the bachelor degree, a lot of thesis have to, it's a little bit more, general level than when you attain a master degree, because master degree is more like, focus on the thing that you are more, like a history theory, or you go into the, environment technology, something like that. But for the bachelor, I think that it is good. It could not be my satisfying. Okay. So I decided to join a master degree at Bartlett School of Architecture, so it's located in London. I think that I have like a year, a gap year between like 1 year, and after that I decided to do all the stuff to get like TOEFL, IELTS, something like that, and do portfolio, and then send it to the school, several schools, and then some reject, some accepted, and this is the one that I decided to go because of the program that I think is pretty suiting. That's it.
So those, I can see that you were like quite a visionary or like holistic kind of thinking person even during as a student, right? And then it's like from what I heard is that your dissatisfaction with your own work lead you to like push you into possibly as well.
Yeah, yes, that's I think that is part of that thing. Maybe want to push myself more, and then decided to go to master degree, and there's a lot of things happen. I mean, if you see it's part of the studio at Bartlett School of Architecture, you guys know, is they open a lot of programs, the master degree, they're popular, like all the architecture stuff. And it's a lot of, I think it's similar to here. I mean, when I going there, it's a lot of energy, a lot of, physical model, stuff like this is part of the, I took photo, doing, going past to some of the student work. And there are a lot of crazy stuff that you could do. I mean, they're not just about doing. I'm not sure that nowadays how you guys working on whatever, but I mean, for people like a student there, and then they're kind. Let's say it's pretty a little bit of crazy. They're working on all the stuff, all the molding, all the play, and maybe experiment on a lot of things. They push the value. I think that is pretty fascinating, I feel like I'm on the right things to, not just only about, as study at a master degree is, in the first place, I thought that, I just want to go for my master to do the work and, to get my degree, to do some kind of interesting work, but actually I get a lot of things more than that in a different aspect, many people that, your professor, your friend that study in the same period of time that they're sharing the same things, sharing the same path. Going with, that's me, I think, and my friend. Her name is Nadine. And we going to a lot of places during the field trip, right to Bath. If you guys know, it's a part of in London. And yeah, this is Brighton. I think we have to sit there with a lot of interesting things, a lot of stuff. And I think the last thing that I kind of and finally I have worked on the issue that I kind of a little bit satisfied myself. I have things that kind of a little bit. That's what it is, right? But so yes, so before I graduate, I have working on my thesis for the master degree, and it's called No City. So it's like talking about the future of the city. When the things shifting to the digital platform, stuff like that. Thing has been changed. The way that you work has been different. You work from home. You can work from anywhere. And what is the meaning for the existing structure or existing space, or like office, stuff like that. I kind of the thesis is questioning to the existing of the space. stuff like that. I'm working on, like how it's a little bit crazy idea, but like it's fun to work on it. The way to transform the space of the National Gallery, stuff like that, to a space for working class people, stuff like that, and some place to open space of the part of the city to become something that meaningful for to feed people, feed the city, something like that. And I don't know if you guys want to know more about this. We can talk about this later. I think it's lastly that it's a great time, when I'm returning back to Thailand after working on a lot of thesis, doing a master's degree, and decided to come back. And I have a chance and great opportunity to working on summer trip. And I think that he is part of a team to be going abroad during that time. And I'm returning back to see my professor. He's Edward Benson, the guy with the yellow coat, I think. So we kind of come back and talk a lot of stuff, bring tea and other to there to see some of the places. So maybe we going to
It's a quick view. Yeah. So can you introduce your journey?
So once again, I'm Sittichai and actually of his passion of today, and now I will start about myself. So I also have a master degree from the real estate development part from the University of Westminster in UK, Bangkhunthian. And now I'm working as an expert project manager at the JLL or Joanna Plaza. It's kind of another level of the passion of architecture part. I think I would say 100% of your guys not for future. So someone would say someone will hate it, someone would hate how to Rhino or 3D program is by hard. So in the other hand of the architect passion to the architect life as well. So okay, I will repeat once again on this point. This is kind of my turning point that I understand that architecture is not only design part, it also has the management part, cost part, budget part, and the time about time already part. So okay, it's hard to jump out. My thesis, my thesis is quite simple thing that just respond to what is the problem in for nowadays. So my thesis is about the capacity part somehow. The topic is quite easy. That how problem of the bus now, how the driver was take, how the accident occurred during the bus driver, and then I just create and provide the concept of where the bus should be at the station of the bus that the driver can take a race, driver can have some license, the driver can have the better performance to race here and can solve the accident and the better performance from to decrease the accident in road. I think for now it's kind of second semester of the guys, but I think from how to begin the thesis, it's just quite simple question that agile practicing is just say what is your family, and then just do that because it's maybe with you for years. So if you are not familiar or you cannot find the information, you cannot find the detail of something, but the team is struggle with this for a year. That's all. But my timeline, I would say, so if you guys want to be would love to kind of the passion of the architect, or would you would like to go to great architecture, I would say share some of my timeline for the another third of the architectural career path. So I'm graduated from Sittichai in 2013, and then I just would like to ensure that architect life is not my further career path. So I tried to begin the architecture in 2018 for years. And during that time, most of the guys, when you're interviewed to admission to the SOAD, you guys always say that this page gonna give you the Thai architect license or apply to the Thai architect license. And then yes, I also have some passion to apply the Thai architect license in that year. And then finally, I think AutoCAD is not myself, so I decided to study master degree in UK in real estate development in another hand of the design passion in about the real estate development, property things that about the in terms of the financial term of the architect. It's also actually it's also the designing, but to be combined in terms of financial, in terms of the development term. And then after graduated from the master degree, so the thing would be change the direction and try to find the job that it also related with the architecture part. So I applied to the Smoking Inter is about the project management and construction management company friend, and my role is the project architect. And that the thing that the spreadsheet that I after refresh my architecture part to get the project management term. And now I'm doing John last land. And I think most of you guys might do not find familiar with what is the project management in terms of the kind of part. So for further project, it will be kind of the in terms of massive project, we have some client, we have the organization chart about the project management, the project manager, have operator, so you have the architect, as you can see, your architect structure. We have the MVP part, and now we have the kind of the sustainability that also you have in the course, the level, and sometimes we have some super special to about the artistic term that in terms of that. And what is project management? What is project management? To managing the construction and development of the project and coordinate it with stakeholders and ensure the project are delivered on time, within budget, and I always say about budget, and the quality will be going together. And it's kind of some of my project that I used to work as the international school and the school of Bangkok. And my role is project planning, coordinate, and communication with Thai, and also coordination with the MEP part, structure part, also the architecture. And as you can see in the picture, we all did a massive project where we have a lot of communication, a lot of meeting. Also, another term of the design passion that you get you from the university. You need to, in university, I think you just focus on you have to do facade, luxury facade, and how to create a space, how to make the space look nice, how to presentation look good, how to get A and something like that in the further project will be another thing that stuck with you, such as structure. Why can sometimes MEP part running through my column, running through my running you through your facade, and that's it. You need to solve it. And one Bangkok, maybe the guy was visit one Bangkok. It's also the same thing as project planning, coordination, and communication, and project architect, also site inspect. Just share some one Bangkok when maybe you guys was visit there, and the picture there are the things that are under the construction part. And yes, moving to the why I go to the job after the thesis. So as I mentioned, I have a clear plan. It's just individual thing that I have a clear plan that I would want to go to get the master degree as well. But it's another developing talent only in terms of the action of architect to further develop his project to for his slide. And but for myself, I want to change my direction to another staff of architect in related. So I have a plan. I want to make the most time to building for while I have a clear plan. So I suddenly apply the job for the junior architect after the thesis to gain that the design things if I still enjoy design. And then before I been to go to the master degree and stay. So I had some big passion about it. It kind of the architect that okay, I study about 5 years and why to not this opportunity to Thai architect license. So I just applied and then during that time I can achieve. And then one thing that kind of target to during before to go to master. And why I get the job suddenly, so I have a good connection during the intern. That's why it's all the things combined, and then I get a job. So just explore it and then try. And I set the schedule as for 1 year or before kind of not a gap year, but just forgot to working and get an achievement for the architect license. And during that time, I also prepared the document, also the IM that Thale mentioned to prepare the master degree. And yes, I would conclude it why I go to the job after thesis. So I think all the things is quite suddenly, and then all the complete or the okay, so I just apply. From the question, personal who influence to going to the junior architect after the thesis, as I mentioned, is the big question from my side is I still enjoy the design term, so I want to challenge myself once again after the thesis. So I would like to explore the world, so the real world experience whether I truly enjoy the design term or not. And the answer is yes. And during that time, it's COVID-19 as well. So if you can catch something, you can got something first. So got it. So that's something thing that to apply the job and go to. And work change as a junior architect field. It's just a common thing. Architect aware, teach aware of how to think creativity, but also in terms of the state in technical terms, some detail at the same time, and you guys aware problem solving. You discuss aware discussing for now. Discuss with professor how to problem solving this, how to create this way, how to create this perspective on this on the layout. So it's kind of the architect thought to problem solving, and that's all about how the architect change to.
Right, so yeah, thank you very much for sharing. So really thanks to you. So maybe a little bit of reflection, I guess. So this may be a little bit emotional questions like, how was your first feeling when you submit after lecture thesis? How was it? How was your feeling like that?
I was hard to say for the serious term.
I think that I already mentioned that I'm not really. It's kind of good. I mean, everything is good, plan
section that I mentioned in kind of a requirement is all good. You submit everything as like a tick box. Yeah. And you do like you do it in myself. I think a little bit support. I mean, I think it's not happening to everyone. Like some of you guys might feel relief or feel like less of pressure, but I think that is let's say that my kind of like recommendation to you guys. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, like it's part of the life. I mean, it's okay to you have a meeting with your thesis advisor and you live with a fail, or sometimes you not match with the criteria or something like that. But it's common. I think it's okay to try to let's say to experiment. It has some kind of still have room. I mean, 50 years not I mean, like you still could do the experiment, do the stuff like that. The thesis is mostly like focused on what are you interested in, and part of that interesting in mean that you explore into that kind of topics or that subject, which is leave some room for you to experiment. So I think it's it's great thing you guys try something that you never done before, doing a lot of stuff. Maybe something is not beautiful, but you just try it. I mean, because it's your project, so it's for architects not like this all the time. Like you could pick the work that you would like to do, or things that you want to make, or the subject that you want to decide. In reality, it's not like that. I mean, like you just have client come, and then you're like, hey, you would like to do this or do that. And I mean, yeah, I mean it's a great time, like to do a lot of explore, something like that. So I think that doing a lot more experiment and figure yourself out.
And for me, I would like to highlight today mentioned that it's not the end of your life or the thesis. Yes. So just explore, and if you know it's just fail in the school, not fail in the life or the career path. So just explore it, and okay, the requirement is a lot, and we can. So during that time, you might spend to explore and do it as much as possible. You can now your body is you guys quite young, so you can spend a lot of time. You can sleep for a while, for 2 or 3 days. You can do it, and then if it fails, you don't worry. So it's just a score. It's just A, B, C.
But we understand we have improved the same thing. But we understand that you might not, in that situation, you might feel like it's the end of the world. But when you come back and look back, to mean that
So at the end of the day, it's just a project, part of your life. And like I can also see that your thesis style, like the way you wrote, like your personality will reflect that as well. And like another thing is like based on like different paths you choose, like you go straight away or like further study. I think it really influenced like where you are at right now as well, right? So my question will be that is like why you are going into this program at that point in time, right after graduation, when you decided that I want to apply for a master at your work. Is there any particular preparation that you have to go through, like for example, portfolio, like we look at these kind of things? I expect that it will be different. So could you explain a little bit about
That's not technical because I studied a part job during after the thesis. So for the about the portfolio, just because that time is like everything is rush, so I just combine all the things the portfolio. I think for now we have the template or we have the canvas. I think everything is easily to some portfolio. And what I put in my portfolio for the first time. Actually, it's kind it's just for my side. I cut out all the first and second year's work, but if you replace with that, you can put it. And another term that I put is as the power of this kind of the as our camp. But now I think school have this camp, and it's not only the in my portfolio, it's not only about the designer. It has about the when you have the elective course, such as the landscape. We visit to the outskirts that about to and the landscape that work with the local team, and then that would the good experience put in that you it seems like when you interview you can show that you can communicate with another team, you can work with as a team, not only in the work. Some of the exhibition that another term of the subject elective, I'm not sure, may I answer that for now do have some elective, another elective course kind of the photograph.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yes, you can put it that, you can put it that, the photo, that can represent your guide to, you have this perspective as well, not only the design part, and you can communicate in the company.
It's very difficult question for me. I mean, like, if to recommend you guys like that. It's kind of hard for me. I think that because I just listen to my inner voice. I feel like I still gonna do something more, and then I just decide I would like to do it. That's it. I just jump to that kind of answer degree. But for you guys, I mean, I understand that some of you might feel a little bit lost. I mean, not lost yet, but you will, frankly. I mean, just after this, because you're working on, you follow the path of traditional path. Everyone has to follow, like you study 6 years in elementary, 6 years in high school, 4 or 5 years in university, and what else next year? Now, I mean, you have to decide yourself, your own self, right? I mean, you can, and very difficult because nobody tells you what to do. So I try to think in the same way. I mean, just maybe listening to what is your inner self. I mean, what do you think? And man, maybe just go with that. I mean, if you wanna go to, you still think that you wanna, if you don't know yet, or you like picture or not, maybe just go with get writing work as a junior architect, or do something with your friend. I'm not sure. I mean, you do many things with your friend doing some small stuff, or maybe you can do a competition. I mean, there's a lot of ways to figure it out. I mean, you don't have to just go into work, but at the same time you could do something else more. Or if you decide that you want to learn more, you just go with a master degree.
So yeah, thank you for your presentation and also the question from us. Maybe we should move to the next section. So it's going to be when we move on to the Q&A section part, especially from the outside audience. We have an outside audience today. So anyone from the outside audience wants to ask a question to Peter Lee and Pete Wu for their sharing or something else? Anyone from outside audience? Yeah. You can grab the microphone and even ask, don't be shy.
Anything, I mean, any question, something that you like. Which question that you Thai was okay.
Yeah, maybe me, right?
I might have some question, but I'm processing. I would like to. So especially for, should I stand up? No?
Yeah, it's okay.
So especially for PU, you said you moved to project manager. Like, can I go back and see your timeline again? Yeah, because normally we do have a conversation with our friends, and some of us likes to become a real architect after they graduate, but some of them they want to jump into another field. Someone wants to go to like real estate like you. Someone wants to go to landscape. Yeah, like do you like personally recommend or suggest any of it for those who wants to jump into another field?
You're jumping to another field of that still related with architect, right?
Yeah, something like that.
How to
How do you prepare yourself? Do you have to be very brave or something like that? Because just it feels like, okay, we study architecture for 5 years, and if we don't become an architect, it feels like or something. We feel like there's something a failure or something like that. But yeah, for those who wants to change to another field.
I think as I mentioned, you need to you need to explore yourself. Some of my friends just start from the kind of the lighting designer after school, since why he's as an architect lecturer as that, and he going to the lighting firm to study how the lighting design, how to explore the lighting design part, and that is just explore. And if it's still not yourself, I would say only explore yourself, and this part is I think who is important is your family, your parent guide to if this way still not yourself, you can explore more and do but hard to as television and to explore. If you don't like the lighting at that time, you still not to need to resign on that time. You can kind of doing the competition at television. You can go into competition in another term of maybe landscape design or some of the sculpture design or some exhibition, photo exhibition. And if you I would say doing well or happy with it, so just go that way. But I think for now the salary is quite important. So you can keep and explore additional time or Saturday or Sunday, some part of that. Just explore and say just explore.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, and I think that you don't need anyone to know. I mean, you do it by yourself. I mean, in your project, why don't you think about, like if you're interested in landscape or interested in lighting design, why don't you add it into your project? I mean, you're doing the architecture part, but you could add, landscape design, lighting design to your project during the thesis. I mean, it's going to be additional part of that one, and you might, learn it from. I mean, you still in the school. So a lot of people to ask. I mean, there's a Janti. I mean, you could go ask them face to face that I would like to do this as to my work or something like that. And how should I focus? There's a lot of people. I mean, ready to help you with that. You just have to start somewhere. And I think that start early, and especially you still young, to explore more. I think time is very important for this kind of thing. I mean, if you are 20 and if you graduate from architect and you want to do the lighting design, I think they maybe accept you because you just graduate and they train you, things like that. Because you will be just new and maybe easy to learn. But if you wait until 30, I think nobody think about the reality is it's a little bit too late. I mean, there's some places that might accept you, but why they don't just find somebody is younger than they could train something like that. So I think that just have to figure out so you know what you want to do. Yeah.
I think it's a really nice answer that just try and explore, right? So I don't know that question will be that okay, we have to explore it, that kind of answer. But there are some point in time when you feel very frustrated and you feel you kind of want to give up. Those kind of moments. And yeah, I think I don't know how this is achieved with the kind of scenario or is there any particular thing in your life that really made it not give up for yes.
That's a quick answer. I think that it's different people have different way of solve this problem. I think the feeling is and it happens to everyone, especially if sometimes working late. Sometimes I feel I don't want to do this anymore. It happens to everyone. Hey, even you kind of working on this profession for 10, 20 years or something like that. I think that because some of my director, I mean, if they ask them, I think they speak about the same thing. I mean, they have something that they learn and they hate for work. And I think it's not everyone in the world that they are working as an architect. They're gonna learn everything about it. I mean, you have something that you hate, but maybe sometimes you need to know how to manage to kind of building something like that before come back again and push forward.
Oversize quite said that today, so you can give up some time, but please up fast as possible, because if you are in a short journey, I would say you are not due for university at that time, but if you just only early alternative or senior or colleague or employees still looking cute, I would say you already start for PT in the company. PT gonna still teach you or cost you in the company. So can keep up, but it's up fast.
I was asked about your project and the preparation for portfolio to enter a master degree. So I was wondering, during the gap year that you have, and since you mentioned about you not satisfied about your project, which like I sometimes have that problem as well. So my question is like, one is in those gap year, did you like add some additional like like the structure or fix something to improve your existing project? And like how many projects do you put into your portfolio when you decide to do master degree?
But maybe, I think it's depend on each individual person, and I think that is the number is not that important, but mostly of the time they're gonna the portfolio is like a thing that shows that you are fit or not the kind of curriculum or the philosophy of that school, stuff like that. And I think that the way that I doing at times like I think I try to show something that is like my personal interest and what I'm into that. I mean like during a time I learned to read a lot. I learned about history, about my theory. So I would like to mention a lot of work, not just about the work, but more detail about how you think about that, on how you relate it with architecture theory or history, something like that. And I think that art is very important. That is the reason that why I decided to join the architecture and history environment, because it's related. And I think that the way that you should care about the portfolio, like if you want to go into the communication design, let's say communication design, you might have to, doing your portfolio the way that you're interested, why you're interested in the communication design. Have you worked on the communication design or not? I think it's similar to when you kind of send portfolio to join the workplace or to get hired for the architect, like show your work, but it's more individual to yourself. So I think that I suggest that maybe you don't have to do all the project, but select the project that I think is like the best suitable to you, represent you, and yeah, that I think that will help. I hope. Yeah. And the CV also important. The CV, other one, description about what have you done, things you learned, and the composition that you have, that's something like that. Very important.
On my side is always make it quickly. Your portfolio would represent yourself, because I think, as we know, in architecture they have their own style, they have their own stuff. They need the guide, you need the employee to going into the same direction, represent this and work together with their friends, right? So, and another thing is interview part. I think to prepare yourself to be confident that you can working with it and to represent that you're strong in this term, you're strong in this in terms of graphic, you're strong in terms of AutoCAD drawing, something that just show them that I'm confident that you can work and go with the firm. And also the companies think we can select the firm, not only firm select yourself. You not to be kind of sent to the 100 of your portfolio to the firm. You need to select which company would be in terms of architecture. You need to send on. You can search in Facebook or this architectural style might go you prefer, and you learn from the detail from this company. I don't think to share with you. You also can select the company.
Anyone from outside audience? This here.
So I'm actually a foreign student. I live in the Philippines. I'm just curious because personally I would like to pursue like future career paths maybe abroad. I'm curious what made you want to stay or go back to Thailand to go for work.
I think it's a lot of questions at time. I mean, I have a lot of personal issues by my home, and then I decided that I have to go back. So that is the part. But I think that if you guys could interesting to do it more, it's fine. I mean if you go with it for my connection, it's a little bit different, guys. So I decided to a little bit come back. But yeah, I mean I think that it's depend on why you there's some kind of benefit, when working in Thailand or outside or abroad. I mean, for me, that's why there's many reasons. I think I found some benefit to more, work on in Thailand at the same time, because for myself, I think that in the future I might think about I don't know if I have my own firm or something like that. In the end, it has to be in Thailand. So I think that for me it would be easier to learn about environment or the IT profession in my country, and at the same time it's not just about being good at something, but you have to accept that it's not about you provide food, but sometimes more about connection also. And I think that when I have opportunity to work in Thailand, it's also have a lot of great benefits. You know a lot of people in Thailand more. You have more various connection with the people inside and outside this profession. So I think and sometimes you have say how to say it, a good, I mean for the future or something like that. How to say it? I do a lot of things in the side work of myself also at the same time.
And then from one from outside audience, questions?
Yes,
Sure. Okay. Question here is it is a part student on the life and you do a lot of things on passions and a lot of things that you want to do, and I guess rather when you go to the market, it's so different. How do you find the balance between your passion and the market? What does market want? Really want.
yeah.
Balance in it. How do you find that?
I mean what? I think it's I mean the first time that I came back, I continue my I get profession. I started as a teacher, and the reality is it's pretty hard. I mean there's a lot of things that you don't know. There's a lot of things that it's not the way that you think you want to be. You don't decide the way that you want in the way that you used to think that it's worth. But it's a way that is shaping you into the reality context of the outside. Because it's you have to understand that in the school and in outside, I mean in the profession, I think it's a little bit different. It's not just a little, it's a huge difference because as I told you, because here you work because satisfy yourself, but you have to understand a little bit that when you work in profession, it's sometimes it's a little bit played in different side, like you work for the client. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing sometimes, right? I mean, you don't have, you cannot work the way that you want, or you cannot do this kind of thing, or do that kind of thing, or I mean, that satisfies you, but I mean, but if you start to adapt yourself a little bit, I mean, you start to, I think that you find, a little bit gap somewhere. I mean, it's like me, I mean, I find like, sometimes when you start to know a lot of things, because when you study in a school, sometimes they don't talk about, law, regulation, about things like, a sellable area and stuff like that. And, architecture is not just about sales, but sometimes about client and, money. And that is the reason why if you start to how the game is played, you will see the gap, like the area that you can explore some of them. Because if you join some of those firms, I mean like many interesting firms, they still understand you guys because I think they used to be students at the same time, and they also believe that experience is very important. And it's a lot of time, when I work growing up, I work for the ARC593. It's a lot of we do a lot of explore into the model stuff like that. Like when you guys study in the school, you're doing a one-on-one scale, one-to-one scale, something like that. And we explore the material, stuff like that, which I think is a different way to satisfy your passion. And if you think about it's not thing enough, maybe I don't know, you want to do something for yourself, your private project, or maybe buy some kind of work to explore by yourself. I think that would help you satisfy your passion. I'm not sure if this is answer your question or not.
So you mentioned it's like connect the dot, right?
Sorry.
It's like you mentioned it's like connecting the dot.
Yeah. It's like connecting the dot and
Gain experience, and then so my next question is like in our firm of architecture, like when you graduate out, and then because this kind of knowledge it's need a lot of experience, and experience came from the age, and it's a long time to go when we call successful. And I want to know on your opinions about our firms and what do you think about that?
sorry, can you again just one more time? Sorry.
So my question here is because our firm's architecture, right?
Yes.
It related on the experience, and the experience is equal to times. And times is meaning you need a long time working experience, and when you become successful, you will get old. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Sure, I think I don't think. I think it's a pretty small it's like
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about skill, but it's about experience, right? I mean, and the way to become architect, like, require a lot of things, like your skill. You need to have a lot of experience. You need to see a lot of things, and I think that's why it's part of the. I think it's like crafting thing. Like you have to wait for. You know more. You learn more before you and then you start getting more, right? I don't know that how it's gonna change, but for me, I just feel like this is the way it is, right? I mean, so
Is there any way to get faster? Or?
It is, but I don't believe in shortcut. I just think that like I know it's a lot of things that you go faster nowadays, like things people would get a lot of attention from like your reels or TikTok, and a lot of artists are doing stuff like doing some kind of ramping, something like that, and post it on the internet. But
if you mentioned about shortcut, I would say the master key is one way to shortcut.
yeah, but it's I'm not sure it's gonna be
Yeah,
shorter.
When someone say you are graduate from master key with the famous university from our board, so I think one of the shortcut you can get that you claim that you have experience from our of the let's say UK, the US, yeah. So, and shortcut thing is I think when you're done with just a small project, I think you must be happy with that. Because one project is not a lot of things, a lot of detail, a lot of communication, a lot of way done to one project. Even just a pavilion.
But I think nowadays more shorter than in the past. Like I think in the past they don't have like social media and stuff like that. You build something, it's not. I think it might take like 1 or 2 years to like your work will be known in the magazine, stuff like that. But nowadays like everyone has people. So I think that you have a chance to build anything, you project stuff like that, and you post it on the internet. I mean like would be more faster compared to. But again, I mean for anyone, I think what is I find very difficult, like the people who know and designing the space is very. I mean, and when I was your age, I think it's good. When I grow up, I mean, like I found like actually it's really, it's used a lot of experience to know that this kind of space is nice, this kind of room, how high is it, and what do you feel? I mean, it's used a lot of experience from your background, your troubles, something like that. And because of that, I think that it sometimes takes time. Even if you do a lot of like cool stuff that you see from the Instagram and stuff like that. So it's look nice. Have you ever been there? I mean, do some of that kind of work. I'm not thinking that you're gonna like it when you sit there. People, I mean, people are still there. They know about that. So like the leakage, the stuff like that. You don't know about the detail things falling down, start falling down. You work that look like looking deep in in 1 year, and just a few years, looking worse and worse. And when the clients know about that you don't have this kind of experience, so they don't recommend you to other people. And I think that even you are fast in the first part of your work, in the first step of your work, sometimes it might be your buyback to
and and this kind of profession is like more about trust. Like how this person could design. Do you think that how many? I mean, like one family, how many house they're gonna have? So maybe just only one in their life. So I think that they might just wanna hire someone that best know about that and make everything perfect, right? So because of that, I think that that it's require a lot of experience for you to make someone trust you to design things. So it's a building thing, like a pyramid with thing count and subjective.
So maybe anyone from outside audience for Q&A? If we don't have, there's some response from, okay, there's one response.
Like, what skills do you think are essential as a project manager? And like, what should they be focusing on during internship if you're interested in real estate development?
Essential skill for the project management. To be honest, I'm just half of the detail is kind of part. I would say I do not sure for the essential part, but the essential thing for now was communication skill. Sometimes you might not know everything on the project, such as sometimes they have certitude about the part, about the technical part. Sometimes you might not know, but you need to communicate that who is the expert in this field. So you need to communication. Okay, this is the issue A, issue B, and issue C, and then you might need to kind of consolidate skill. Okay, you need to consolidate and then pass to another consultant to solve and then communicate it, and then all the thing will be solved. I think communication skill is the important for the decision part of the project development or project management part.
And during your internship, like if you're interested in like these field work, like how should you be like focusing on like your internship?
Or that's a little bit close.
Like during your internship, if you're interested in like these field work, like how should like you be focusing on like applying your internship?
During that time, we just on the third year or fourth year, so our idea is just only the architecture and just apply. Don't think too much on that time. Sorry.
First thing, the manager want you like the internship to ask or is this
Just add some. Then in opposite, project manager can might not accept the internship because most of the projects quite confidential from the not public, so they're not quite accept for the internet. So some connection might manage for internet.
Anyone else for the outside audience? Anyone? Yeah.
So check if there's any.
Yeah, that's one from online, and then you can check. Okay. Alright, so yeah, for me and the year for architecture student, so how can we approach to business side? This is the perspective from year four. Yeah, can you explain a bit?
very pressure. So my thesis is quite less and simple. So just think about what's the problem, how to solve, and then just do it. I can't remember the proposal and the iterator or something in the document. Then just down for just a sentence. Try to explore that sentence as can create a problem, and then you can explore what is the answer for the problem after. Just a little simple, less and simple, and work to it. Detail thing.
Oh, I think it's same. I'm not.
Example for my friends, he extremely prefer about football, and then he just do the football stadium in his country and in his province. Just simple thing. And the important thing is you need to select your advisor that can align with you for years and give you get information about the issue, about the topic that you would like to do. For example, if you would like to do about football, you might go into Ajati or Ajapuri with that. So I hope that.
Next question. So, like, let's go through for master degree with different parts. Do you think a master degree is necessary for?
Yes and no. I mean, it's yes. I mean, if you work as a professional architect, I think it's not really that matter. I mean, if you are, you love to design stuff, love to doing things like design, you start doing all the work in architect. I think it's okay. I mean, like it's already. I think you should. The best way is to learn from the profession is to jump into into the firm, and then because there's a lot of things that you will learn a lot of the office, the architect office. That would be the best place to learn. I mean, like if you jump into the architect firm, like another master degree for you, because it's whole different things. I mean, you're gonna learn a lot of new things, the way that how they work, how the way that they doing things in the office is pretty different from what a little bit different from what you study. You learn something that in a schematic design, preliminary design, something like that, design development, something before that, or a little bit detail. You have to learn it from yourself by experience, as work as an architect. But master degree also teach you a lot of things. I mean, like the thing that you're interested in, or something that you would like to do, you would like to study, or say what is an interesting thing. And for me, it's like history and theory. So I decided to join this class, and I learned a lot from the way that how to think, way that how to how other people think, something like that. It is I think it's more master is more like explore stuff, and something might be used for work. I mean, for work in the profession. Just some of it, but not all of it. Part of my personal.
On the other hand, the master degree you can. There are several ways to learn. Not only the master, you can learn from kind of the Google's. Sure, it's like Google. the Google study, like kind of the certificate that we online course, and then can provide you some trail that you can design for further master degree or can ensure that this issue is being preferred or not preferred, and help on that thing.
But I think it's the benefit that you not recognize when you are going there. It's not about the master degree, but like the way that you put yourself into different environment. So it's kind of like this whole different landscape of learning because new language, new people, different type of culture, different way of design, and different way of thinking, and that kind of thing like kind of open your mind to open your world, open your world to explore things and understand about this world better.
Not only about it, it's eyes also. You can have advice like Churalogon Energy in my degree there are financial accountant from accounting lecturer to provide some of the training in master.
So I think it's just a last question if you can share. So how do you avoid getting stuck in these repetitive world in your life and continue growing creatively? All we learn at school is about creativity, and in reality there's quite a gap. So yes, I think the question is again about balance.
From my company, if you apply for the company, in case of you apply for the company, I think definitely company will change you to the real world. So as some presentation that the company will shape and teach how the creativity of your guy from the spreadsheet of graduate to begin the real world.
Yeah, and I think it depends on what you mean with creativity. Like, I mean, creativity, let's say, is a strategy or something, in a sense. I mean, like the way that how you manage to, not about, not about designing things, but the way that you persuade your friend, your colleague in the working place, and your boss to going the way that you want. I think it's one of the creativity part of your strategy to stay alive in the workplace. So it's very important, and I think that creativity is everywhere. And if you just talk about, if you say about design things, doing something like that. I mean, like if you have your interesting things to do, or you would like to do interesting project, like not doing your own work, or competition is a lot of competition nowadays. But if you want to apply into career, maybe like you just have to a little bit fight for it, like your own idea that you want to sell to your friend, your boss, your colleagues. And I think that if you get into a good firm, they will listen to you and would like to I don't know, follow your stuff, something like that. So I think that creativity is different.
Alright, so I think maybe this is the end of the Q&A part from both on-site and online audience. So thank you again. So right now we will go to the closing segment. So before closing segment, can both of you can give suggestion or advice to us and audience? Yeah.
Like anything, right?
Anything, yeah. Maybe especially for your ambitious students. So yeah.
Say enjoy with the couple month of the student life. The real world. Welcome to the guide to enjoy the real world. Don't rush yourself. Keep it active, productive. After thesis submission, you can take a rest. You can go into town to visit anywhere. Still have a plan on your mind. What you want to do in further year. Just a short schedule is fine. Which you can know what you want to do, and you want to apply master, or you want to apply the architect, or not related anymore. So enjoy the university life present.
Thank you.
Yeah, as I already mentioned, I mean, do a lot of experiments. It's part of the when you're studying. I think start to kind of working on today maybe going back, doing some model, physical model. I'm not sure, but you just follow your idea, start to do it. What you think about it, what you would like to do, just do it. I mean, do a lot of things, testing things around. I mean, so there's still a lot of time for you to figure out things that you want to do. But for now, I mean, even it's it's just part of your life, but it's important part, memorable part that you will not forget about that one. And I think that you should do it as kind of push it as hard as possible, push to the boundary, and extend the boundary a little bit more for yourself, and test your limit. I think it's very important. Right? Yeah. So thank you for the talk. I think it's been very relatable so far, and I think that is something many of us really needed to hear as well. Right. So then, it's interesting how, in the end, the answer is not really focusing on choosing one right thing, but rather going through the process.
Yeah, of course, and we now see that maybe when variables how we grow through the decision we made, and whether in the further say education or maybe going to the real application practice. Yeah.
On that note, I'd like to thank Italy and KU for sharing their experience and journey with us today.
Yeah, and of course, thank you to everyone who joined here today, both online and on-site audience. We hope today has given you not just only an answer, but also a clear perspective to choose or to move forward in your career after the application thesis.
I wish you all the very best on your journey ahead as well.
And enjoy your happy summer holiday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.